I'm with Matt Frazer from Panasonic. Matt's going to tell us about some of the new cameras that Panasonic's released here just now at PMA.
Well, thanks, Andrew. Why don't we go ahead and start with the big announcement, which was our TZ5. The TZ5 will be shipping sometime March, April, and price point at $349. What makes this camera unique is that it starts at a 28mm wide-angle lens, so you don't have to back up so far to fit everybody in the frame.
Wide, yeah.
And it goes all the way out to 280mm with very little distortion whatsoever in the lens. Again, it's a camera that's replacing a very popular camera, the TZ3, which had a similar lens system. So what we've added to this camera this year is we've gone from a 230,000 pixel LCD screen, we've bumped it all the way up to 460,000 pixels. So
It's really clear, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be exceptionally clear. No more guessing if the picture's blurry or not. It should come through pretty razor sharp right on the screen. On top of that, we've enhanced the usability for the point and shoot enthusiasts out there by incorporating our intelligent auto mode in the camera. The camera is incredibly smart. What it can do is it'll know if you're taking a macro shot and it'll automatically select the macro mode. So you're not going to have any more blurry photos on eBay of like the serial number of your product. In addition, it can measure the speed of your moving subject and calculate that into the lighting conditions of the room to select the appropriate ISO settings so that you don't have too grainy a picture, at the same time you don't have too blurry a picture. On top of that, there are situations where you might take a shot where you have blended lighting conditions, where something may get a little dark in the foreground. This camera has intelligent contrast adjustment, and within the frame itself, it can actually set different ISO settings for different portions of the photo. So it can take the foreground portion that was dark and bump that up to a higher ISO setting while the background stays at ISO 100.
So it's sort of an intelligent digital post-lighting system, I guess.
Yeah, it's intelligent everything. Aside from those items, it does our 15 face recognition technology to make sure it's properly focused, to help speed up focus. And once you take the picture as our engine is processing the picture, it'll immediately process out any of the red eye that you might have taken in the shot as well. So no more needing to edit red eye out in post-production.
So you just have to know where to push the button and it'll do the rest.
That's the entire goal here, is we're trying to take all the obstacles out of bad photography and make everybody look like Ansel Adams in essence. That's really our goal.
And so the basic specs, how many megapixels?
This is a 9 megapixel camera. It can do high definition video as well at 720p and can capture it at 30 frames per second, so very sharp video. And something to note is most cameras, when they do video, they don't let you use the zoom lens. This camera will let you use the zoom while you're shooting your videos.
So not just digital zoom, but optical zoom?
It's a full optical zoom. You get the entire 28 to 280 millimeter of this lens.
Is it image stabilized?
Absolutely. I should have probably mentioned that earlier. Every single Panasonic digital still camera is optical image stabilized. We're not doing any digital image stabilization, so we have a lens shifting image stabilizer in the camera.
So that's a lot of technology to pack into that little camera.
Yeah, especially at $350. You're getting a whole lot for your money in this product.
Okay, and is it available now, or?
Should be shipping again once about March, April.
So that's the TZ5?
That's our TZ5.
TZ5. So you have another camera here for me.
Absolutely. We have the FX35. Now, if you can remember all of the auto everything features we talked about in the TZ5, they continue on with the FX35. But what makes this camera unique, aside from the fact that it's incredibly compact with a 4-power zoom lens, its key benefit is that it starts at 25 millimeter. So
very wide.
Yeah, to give you a perspective of what 25 millimeter really equates to, most cameras, if you were to average out the wide angles of most cameras, you average out to about a 36 millimeter wide angle starting point. 25 millimeter as a starting point will get you almost exactly 100% more information into the frame. So you're literally getting double the amount of information into that frame.
Wow. I mean, we've seen some cameras where they go to 28 millimeters wide. That's quite a big deal. So 25 is even more.
Yeah, and especially with the limited amount of distortion that our lenses, because of Leica and their partnership with us, we're able to get very little distortion. So it's not like you start out at 25 millimeter and everybody looks incredibly skinny in the middle and fat-headed at the top and the bottom. You're going to have almost no distortion at the wide-angle end of the spectrum. And then when you go out to telephoto at 4x or 100 millimeter, you're not going to have people looking all domed shape and round. It's going to keep everything nice and distortion free.
Well, that's great. So let's see the basic specs on this one. Is it another 9 megapixel? Or?
No, actually this is a 10 megapixel still camera, so you'll be able to blow up and crop and post if you would like, and obviously add a little bit extra zoom once you do some post-production work. It's going to be $349.95 price point. Hopefully we'll be shipping around the same time as the TZ5.
Does it have the same great screen as the other one? Or?
No, it's a 2.5-inch because we had to go to the smaller form factor.
You just can't fit it.
Yeah, I mean we could, but then the camera would be big and a little bulkier than we might want. But
That's not what you're going for with that model.
not at all. But it still has a 230,000 pixel screen, so still very sharp.
Matt, thanks very much.